I think we're live. But there's a come again. That's what I said about
It
the
doesn't say
accents.
live yet. It says scheduled.
Nope. It should
No,
say be live.
it should say live.
Guys, can you see us?
Oh, there it is. The stream is now live. Can you put a
Hey,
thumbs
Terry.
up in the comments if you can see us? Any thumbs up?
I think it's live.
Yep. Oh, good. Yeah, I see you. Thank you, Coach Marsha. Hi, Marsha.
Hey, Marsha. Oh,
We're having
Marsha,
some
good to have
technical.
you here because you are moderator. So
Exactly.
we are having a slight technical problem that will impede my speech because the tab crashed. I added the tab another time, and now I hear myself with an accent. It's awful. If anyone knows how to fix that, let me know. I can't just log out because that won't remove my first person. Yeah, I tried to mute one. It doesn't work.
You can't mute one.
No.
So
Well, okay.
Roxana is in there twice, apparently.
Yeah. So within StreamYard, I'm on the stage twice, and I can't remove my first
Okay. Says that you can
thingy.
hear they can hear you okay though.
Oh, does anyone hear me?
They said they hear you just fine.
Okay, then
There's no echo.
then I
Yeah.
just deal with it and I shut my own voice out.
It's
Awesome.
been that day. It has been that day, hasn't it?
It has been
Yay.
that day.
But
So
the
guys,
day of technical
we are not
difficulties.
doctors. We can't treat, we can't diagnose, and we are primary health coaches. Rebecca is a registered nurse and
But I'm not your nurse.
that's right. And we are not your health coach. We don't have a contract, but we can be if we want to.
Yeah.
So if you want to ask a question, put a Q in front of it so we can easier see it. I can see it as the chat goes by. Thank you for letting us know where you're all from.
Absolutely.
Louisiana, London,
Texas. We got some Texas in the house.
Kentucky,
Yay,
Goose
Kentucky.
Creek. This is awesome. How many do we have here? So 26 watching now. Go
Well, I know
Tigers.
it's simulcasting to my channel too, so I have no idea how many is watching on my channel. I don't even know how to check that. I am not technically efficient.
Well, I have a little eye on the top. It'll tell us how long we go. Louise says, if you're hearing yourself, that means you have a video playing somewhere. We don't hear you twice. Yeah, the problem was my tab crashed. I opened StreamYard again, and then I could remove the first remove the first one from the stage, and I muted that one too. But now I hear myself talk. Anyway, if you have questions, go ahead. If not, we can just talk about.
Lloyd didn't put a question, but a Q in the front of it, but he does have a question.
Oh, where is it?
Can you click on? Because I don't think I can click on him to make it like pop up. It was Lloyd G. L. Morgan. There you go.
There we go.
Carnivore for 5 years. I'm afraid I have high insulin. My ketones are always 0.1 or 0.2. Could this be due to high insulin? It can. Because insulin blocks the production of ketones, or it can block the production of ketones, which is why type 1 diabetics typically go into DKA if they're not on insulin, because the insulin's not there to block that process. But in type 2 diabetics or in people like us, if we still have that insulin resistance and we have pumping out a whole lot of insulin, when we eat, we're not going to produce as many ketones. It's best to check your ketones, though. I think it was Dr. Isabella Cooper that said the best time to check your ketones is actually between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Of the afternoons.
Just before dinner time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before dinner time, not after dinner time. After, you're going to dump a little bit of insulin because everything is going to dump at least a little tiny bit, and your ketone production is going to go. So
I just saw Mitzi's comment. I put it up in a bit. So there's just one more thing. The ketones, technically you're not in ketosis when you are below 0.5. Dr. Stephen Finney says below 0.3. After 5 years on carnivore, you get incredibly good at not making too many ketones. So that could be a reason. If you're afraid about insulin, have it checked. You can go to ownyourlabs.com and order it yourself, or your doctor might be able to order it.
And Dr. Berry, if y'all didn't see it on Own Your Labs, he does. I reached out to Siobhan Huggins because I couldn't find it in the Mighty Network. She said, yes, Dr. Berry does have a discount code for Own Your Labs. It is Dr. Berry, all one word, DRBERRY. And it can be used in conjunction with the CSD code for a total of 15% off. So you can go get a fasting insulin checked. And then if you want to know if something bothers it, you can have a second one waiting, drink your LMNT, see if LMNT does it if you want to. And then 30 minutes later, have your fasting insulin checked again to see if it raises it.
Yeah, that, and you can also get an extra 10% off when you donate your data.
Yep. I think that might be what the CSD is, but I'm not 100% sure. Like citizen science discount.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so you get you get an extra 5 off if you use Dr. Berry with it. So
this is what Mitzi said. Oh, can you read that? She said, Roxana should be happy you can hear you talk. Many people don't. This one.
That Rush, stop it. Stop it. You're so mean. Lloyd, that is not true. They do not say that your insulin should be 3 or lower. Single digits is what is the going rate, and between 2 to 5 is what is in Dr. Berry's book, I think. I can check that.
Yeah, so the reference range at not on your labs, at Lab4 says up to 25, which is ridiculous.
Oh, that's so BS.
Yeah. It just goes to show it is a standard value. So that book is in the description of the video. If you want to check it out, I would actually
2 to 5. Yeah, 2 to 5 is actually the optimal, so not below 3.
Yeah. So I'm just looking for.
Yeah, 25 is the general population is hyperinsulinemic. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Rush is our resident comedian. He's been picking on her about Niceville for a few days now.
Yeah. All right. I think we don't have any more questions. So what do you want to talk about? Exercise? Or
well, I mean, we can talk about exercise and my lack of doing it lately. I've been so lazy because I went back to work and I'm just like, I do not want to get up at 4 a.m. to exercise just to get up and go to work for another 9 hours.
I'm doing this primal health fitness course or so, or exercise course.
Are you?
And yeah, and it was interesting to learn that not exercising or sitting is the new smoking. And I thought people would just say that, but it's actually true. Because when we don't move, or like you now, being in motion, that activates enzymes. And these enzymes not being activated means that disease can set in. It is so awful with the feedback.
I'm sorry. I just started my
I
walking
know.
pad. I'm like, we're talking about exercising. I might as well walk while I'm standing here. We
And
had one that said blood ketones, right?
Hmm?
Yes, blood ketones. And somebody said April Parcher. She said blood ketones, right? And then somebody else said, how do you check your ketones? So yeah,
Yes.
blood ketones. I mean, yeah, it's just a meter. Actually, I have one. I can show it to people. Do you want me to show people the meter? It's up to you.
Sure. It kind of works like a glucose meter. You put a blood drop on this test strip. It requires a little
I have 3
bitty
meters.
paper. You have 3?
Yeah, so I have a uric acid meter. I have all the things.
I thought
And
the
then
keto mojo did that too.
I didn't know if it did the uric acid one. So I bought one because Dr. Boss said that they were about to be banned. So I went off and got one before they went off. So there's one called a keto doc, and it's really tiny. The only thing is I've never found this to be accurate for ketones. It'll always tell me it's like 0. Keto Mojo, I find, is not accurate for glucose. So yeah, so Keto Mojo. Yep. Looks like this.
That's the one Paola
easy.
has too.
Yeah, super easy. It's a little strip. I'm gonna make a video of this and just put this in the thing at some point in time. So you load your Lancet, you prick it, you have your strip in the thing, put it to it, and it'll give you a thing. I mean, I can test it in front of everybody if anybody wants to see it.
And it's a good drop of blood. Because if you used to lift and then you squeeze more out, then it'll error out. You can buy it directly from Keto Mojo. I think I have a link.
Amazon does too. Amazon, you'll get them faster. However, watch your strips because they could be.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Another way to get it is to go to a low-carb conference. They're almost everywhere.
Yep.
And then you get a discount. Ooh, let's see.
It only takes a little tiny drip of blood. I just ate before I did this. It's probably 0. Yeah.
There you go. Still in ketosis.
Still in ketosis. Woohoo! Ooh, wait till Prime Day. Yeah. I will say the keto doc, I was really upset. I'm interested. Let's see what the keto doc says. If I have the things for it. I don't know if I've got. I might not have things for it.
Oh, Rush said, I don't know why there isn't just 1 meter. Yeah, so the Keto Mojo does the ketones, and I think it also does the uric acid, and it definitely does the glucose. But the strips are
It does do the glucose. Huh?
Yeah. And there's also glucose. Do you mean like a continuous ketone meter? So a
Glucose.
CKM.
That's coming. That is coming, and
It's already
Abbott
out.
is working on it. Well, Abbott's working on one for the United States right now.
Yeah, I've seen Chris on Twitter, and I forgot the last name now, but he's the guy that always does the pull-ups and bench presses, all that. And,
So this
she
is
wore
what
one.
this is what my other one says,
Hmm, which one do you
and it's all I trust Keto Mojo more,
Yeah, I do too.
when it comes to that, but I trust the Keto Doc more when it comes to glucose because I've tested both of them, and it's really weird.
Yeah, so Louis said, wait for Prime Day. See,
Mhm.
hearing myself makes me say word weird, and I thought the S word weird.
You don't sound weird.
No, it just messes me up, messes with my brain. Chapter 6, not sure what that means.
Not sure. Let me see if I can scroll back up. I'm not sure. I don't see a chapter 6 or anybody talking about a book.
Can you see the chat?
Yeah, but I don't see anybody talking about a book.
Hmm. All right, April. Um,
An infinity score? I have never had an infinity score on this sucker, Dennis. When I saw you send me that, I was like, what's an infinity score? Now, I don't sync mine to my phone though, so is it possible that it has something to do with the app? Have you Googled it?
I
I'm sure that they have a lot of Q&A stuff
sometimes think
there.
it, but it just takes extra time. I just don't bother about it.
Yeah, I don't bother it.
Janice is
I try not to
posting.
chase them anymore. I just try not to chase them anymore. I was getting too obsessed,
Oh, that was
like
the question.
way obsessed.
No, I don't chase them either. I used to do them in the morning and at night, and then in the morning they were always lower than at night. But
Which
I
is
just
normal, which is 100% normal because of the because your cortisol release of the morning for the dawn phenomenon that shuts off the entire ketone production process.
Then it says the number comes as low. Hey, Phyllis.
I don't know.
Yeah,
There
there's
is.
a lot of
I don't know
discussion about the
anything about that.
GKI index. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for most people, but people who need to be in therapeutic ketosis, they would
Maybe,
pay
yeah.
attention, like cancer patients and so on.
I think we got to talk about like when we're talking about ketones, the liver has to be working really well to be able to do the things to turn the fat into ketones. And I think that anybody who's had any type of liver issue, it's going to be a little bit slower, I think. And that's my personal just deducing from physiology.
Yes, but the liver will need ketones because if you're in ketosis, you need that energy.
Yeah. Well, and I think, I saw somebody else talk about this low ketosis. You were talking about people that were doing this for long periods of time. The fact that that popped up that I was like, "Oh, 0.7, holy crap, that's high for me. That's high for me." And I'm like, "Yes." But the longer that you're eating this way, you know, the less and less and less your ketones are. And the theory well, there's a couple of different theories. One is that your body's more efficient. Okay, well, what does that mean? I've heard somebody else say that you become truly fat adapted when that happens, and your muscles can take up free fatty acids instead of relying on the ketones. So instead of like fat going to the liver turning it to ketones, now your muscles are using ketones. You're actually the fatty acids are going straight to the muscles, and those cells, the mitochondria, are using that to make ATP for your muscles. So that I thought that was pretty interesting, and I wonder if that's true. It makes sense, but I don't know. I'm not a mitochondria.
Yeah,
So I want to see somebody replicate it to see what it does.
So April says the CGM and the CPM that Dr.
Mhm.
Stipe is talking about. You put one on each
Yep.
arm, not so in the US though. Yeah, maybe it's
They are
just
available overseas.
right.
Well, and they're available overseas. Dr. Boz had one from another country. Dr. Size has had one from another country. And Lingo is the new one coming out by Abbott. And they're doing a continuous glucose, continuous ketone, and then two other ones, two other continuous models. And I cannot remember for the life of me what the other two things that they were measuring was.
Not insulin?
No, I can't remember, but it was really weird. I was like, why would you even need a continuous glucose or continuous monitor for that? It was very strange.
Alice says I've been eating the line diet for 11 months. 11 months. Awesome. Beef, salt, water,
Nice.
electrolytes. My ketones range from 0.8 to 2.1.
That's great.
I've been at the line diet for almost 5 weeks now. Yeah, actually, two more days. It's 5 weeks. See, something really strange happened. My triglycerides jumped up 100 points, so to about 340. My LDL dropped 100 points. Yes. And to about 109, 108. Like really weird. My total cholesterol is under 200, so I should be good. No. What makes the triglycerides get up? I'm not
Well,
going to tease you long because I heard Bart Kay talk about it, and he says if you are on a carnivore diet and eat too much fat, your triglycerides can go up. They don't have to go up, but they
interesting.
can. Yeah, I thought so too. I might have to up my protein and maybe lower the fat level. I know.
I tell you what, like I started because I did go to a private coach, another coach, not one in this group, by the way. And it was eat less, move more. But while you're eating less, eat more protein. So she's telling me to eat less, fat. And I'll tell you what, I felt like crap eating less fat, eating more protein, eating, 1,400 calories, trying to bust my butt at the gym. I was like, I'm done. Like this sucks. So now I'm eating like 80-20, and I finally feel a little bit better physically. And I feel like my hormones are getting back to where they need to be. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to eat less, move more. I need to eat. And it makes me feel, hi, Aaliyah. Sorry, squirrel. Aaliyah's
I do feel
in the
fine.
comment.
It's not that I don't
Yep.
feel good. It just measured the lipids, and I thought it's weird. I didn't expect the LDL to drop. I didn't expect the triglycerides to go up that much. But I had blood taken
Interesting.
yesterday,
What was your
and
HDL?
just 44.
It's still not bad. It's not great, but
Yeah,
it's
it's not
not
bad, but
bad.
it's also not great.
Yeah.
But I
I've
guess
seen
I've got to
worse.
exercise more. Phyllis asked,
Just walk.
Roxana, are you still eating yogurt? No, on the line diet, I can't eat yogurt. So my yogurt machine is stored away. I had to buy new starters. And I will resume that in 1 month down, 5 months to go. And
How
depending on
long
that,
did you give yourself? 6?
I want to do at least 3 and then probably
Let's see.
6. And after talking to
Okay.
Paola, I think I'm gonna go 6 just to see the full benefit. But I'm 2 weeks overdue for taking cortisone for my inflammatory arthritis. And
Okay.
I can still, I mean, I if this was before the line diet, I maybe could close my fist this far,
Okay.
and now I can go all the way. I can punch people. I won't. So let's see, we have another question here. Jen says, If your A1C is now down to 5.3 after 18 months of keto carnivore, if you had fatty liver shown up on a CAT scan, how long would it take for it to be gone, or could it be ever gone?
Well,
So
have you had it tested? Has she had it tested since going ketovore?
Dr.
That was me. I don't know.
Dr. Westman said that he has seen fatty liver go away in as little as 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it can go really fast, but it can be slow. Like, so my question is, like, has she had it checked?
I would have a check one more time. I had
Mhm,
mine, and which was NASH, by the way, so it's not just fatty liver, it's inflamed fatty liver. It was confirmed with a biopsy, an
mhm,
ultrasound, and blood work. And now it's confirmed reversed with a fibroscan, ultrasound, and blood work.
mhm.
Yeah, so to answer your question, yes, it can be gone. Usually, the visceral fat is the first fat that goes, provided you go on a low-carb diet.
Mhm.
As the healthy weight loss. And then women experience other weight loss too. So, yeah.
Well, not always not always the good parts get taken,
So
or
Turbo
it's the ones you
says,
want. It's
for
always the
12
ones you don't
days
want.
of the carnivore and have a yearly physical in October, should I expect my blood pressure to slowly drop over time or no?
I've seen people drop it stupid fast, and then some people it takes a year for their blood pressure to go back to normal. It just depends on where you started from.
And the other thing is also, when I go to the doctor's office, I have white coat syndrome. That means when they take my blood pressure, I
Oh,
get
yeah.
agitated by the way they take it, that they talk to me. I waited 2 hours to get in, and I'm already like, like, so I bought a Withings blood measure um, cuff. It puts the readings right on my phone. When I measure at home, it's usually around 110, 100, sometimes under 100, over 50, 60 or so. And when
Mhm.
I go to the doctor's office, it's often 160, 170, so they can't use those. I would maybe get a good cuff. I think the good cuffs are made by Omron and by Withings.
Those are good ones.
Yeah, the Withings one, it measures on the way up. So it doesn't start by squeezing your arm like you think it will fall off, but
I
it
like the
measures
ones
on the
that
way up.
measure on the way up. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely better. And that one charges with a USB cable and measures up to 5 people, I think. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. So I think, yes, you should expect your blood pressure to drop. Um, Mine dropped. It was more like
Mhm.
135, 140, and I was supposed to be put on blood pressure meds to protect my failing kidneys. And now my blood pressure is super low, and my kidneys are doing fine.
Well, yeah. It's funny because it like, even on keto, my blood pressure came down, but it still stayed in, like, the 130s, sometimes 120s, but mostly 130s, and I remember feeling really weird driving around at work, and I'm like, I'm gonna put on my blood pressure cuff," and I have a wrist cuff because I'm a hospice nurse, and I don't like squeezing little old ladies, frail little arms. So I did it, and I'm driving, and I've got my cuff on, and I look at it, it's like 109 over 60, and I'm like, no wonder I'm feeling weird. My body's like, I don't know what I'm doing with myself right now. I'm used to 130. So it was pretty interesting. And now it sticks around the 110s, 115s until I go to the doctor.
I always forget how to pronounce her name, Jean. I'm on keto. I have lymphedema, So I have to watch
Okay.
the salt. I got some Celtic salt today. It's recommended by my physical therapist. I'd say salt is salt. I probably
Yeah.
avoid table salt because of the microplastics. Good salt
Yeah.
is Himalayan salt, if you know the source. If you're in Europe, that is. If you're in America, get red salt. Celtic
I
salt
heard
is,
the
I think, good too.
Malden, the new, I don't know, that one that Dr. Baker uses is like Malden salt.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a gourmet
Um,
salt.
lymphedema. I'm not sure why you would have to watch salt.
Yeah, because lymphedema doesn't really have anything to do with salt. It's not because you're retaining fluid because of salt. You're retaining fluid because your lymphatic system is not flowing. There's a blockage somewhere. So, most people wear compression socks for that because you need that. Doing lymphatic massages, things like that can help a lot.
Yeah, I think compression socks have help with lipedema and to keep that from swelling. Lymphedema is like very superficial. So with compression socks,
Mm-hmm.
you might even be hindering it. Not
Really?
100% sure. Yeah, that's what I just learned because I have lipedema and
It's been the
lymphedema.
that's been the standard of care. So I'm learning something from you.
So I think people who have both are effed because you want to compress, but on the same hand,
Yeah.
you don't want oh, this is messing me up, this audio, awful. So massages are great. I learned this from a physical therapist. You want to start up here
Hmm.
to get it going because if you start at the lower extremities, then you will push it against congestion. So you have to free it here too, do some movements, and then you can work from the bottom to the top. It's very light movement. If it gets red, it's too much. Then you get the blood flowing, and that will keep the lymph from flowing up.
Mm.
So Shaban Huggins has this um, organization, and they do live about lipedema and lymphedema. That
Hmm.
might be a good source.
Yeah, I messaged her a while back to ask her a question, and we just got into this long conversation because she just loves to talk about it, and she's so smart and knows so much about lipedema. And if you don't know about it, go check out her videos and her talks on it. It's just absolutely fascinating.
Before we do the next question,
Mhm.
I have a box of LMNT to give away. So LMNT are these electrolytes. I'm gonna show one up. Like I hope it's gonna. It's not gonna.
There you go.
It's gonna. It's
There it's
always
clear.
gonna focus on my face. Yeah. So this is LMNT,
Stay
and
salty, my
they're
friends.
giving away a free box every time someone uses my code. I get a free box, and I use
Mhm.
that to give away at lives. So the link in the description, if you are new, if you order for the first time, then I get a box, and these boxes I give away at lives. So how do we do this? I would say, and if Paola or Marsha can keep track, everyone can write their favorite flavor, and at the end of the show, everyone gets a number, and that would be Marsha maybe to write down the numbers per name. Then we enter the names on a wheel, and one will be the winner.
Oh, snot. Somebody needs to go over to my channel and see if somebody's watching over there.
Well, they would be the same chat. Oh yeah, you have to go to YouTube. Yes, you have to. So better idea.
I don't know, but I don't know. Do they mix on here? Can you see the mixes? Because I don't know if there are people commenting on mine or not. I don't know. Let's see if how many people is on mine.
Let's see. So write your favorite flavor, and then hopefully we have a list of numbers. If not, we'll go through the chat later, and whoever is the let's say 24 is um, chosen, then we will notify that person. So Snowbird says, cardiologist not concerned. My homocysteine is 14.4. Any thoughts? Checking B12 folate at my request. I have to tap out of that question. Bekah?
Oh, how I think of that question. That's high. According to Dr. Berry's lab book, it should be 0.0 to 7.2 are the optimal levels. So you're a little bit high.
But your cardiologist is not concerned.
Because it's still within the reference range, because the normal range is all the way up to 25.
Ah,
But that's
okay.
20, that's, yeah, so that's all the, like, that's a reference range of people who are metabolically not healthy.
All right. So that name I cannot pronounce. Is it Lied or Lude?
It looks like it might be, is it supposed to be Lloyd?
Lloyd? He says, so if I'm not making many ketones, what am I running on? I'm still running on ketones. So the thing is, what you measure is what your body's not using at the moment.
Mhm. It's the
Um,
leftover.
yeah, especially if you measure in the urine, that's what's being spilled. If you measure it in the breath, that's what's being wasted. That's another option. I'm using a breath monitor.
Lumen,
Not
I
super
think, is
accurate.
one of them.
Hmm?
Lumen is one of them. I think Dr.
Yeah, I think
Jason
I have
Fung
that one.
actually, I think he like hawks that one. That's the one that he promotes.
Yeah, it doesn't use strips. Only the sensor has to
And he
be
just,
replaced every now and then. Yeah. And you can do it within 30 minutes of eating or so, or drinking.
and I'm saying,
Yeah,
okay,
so
and
what are you running on?
you're running on ketones. Everybody has a need for ketones, and everybody is using ketones because there's certain cells in the body that can only run on ketones, um, or prefer that for fuel. So your body is always low key making a little bit of them anyway. You just can't measure them. It'll come up low, and you're running on fat.
Yes, you're running on fat too. It's not just ketones. The fat
Yeah.
breaks down into usable energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always nervous about and agitated at doctors. Yes, I'm
Yes.
always angry because I have to wait so long. And if I come 1 minute late, they send me home. It's like aggravating. So they don't
Well,
even measure
if
my
you
blood
haven't,
pressure there.
yeah, if you haven't seen my video talking about my doctor,
Okay, I need to do that.
yeah, it's on my channel. Go look. It'll make you mad. You'll be mad for me.
Okay, Jen says they do a lung cancer kit scan every 6 months for lung cancer. It showed up on that.
And that's the fatty liver showed up on that. Okay.
So that was an
So,
incidental finding.
yeah. So when did they do that, Jan? How far into carnivore did they do that?
I would definitely recommend doing another ultrasound. That's probably enough to see whether the liver shrunk or not, and it most
Yep.
very, very likely would.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you start adding in just a little bit of sprinting. And I don't mean like you're not trying to go to the Olympics here, guys.
Yes, that's right. Paula says that's high. Snowbird, the homocysteine.
Yep.
We'll check
Would check
B12 and
B12.
HSCRP. Good idea. Um, Marsha says, okay, so I gotta say something. Marsha, Paola, Becca,
Mm-hmm.
and I, we're all coaches in the Dr. Berry community, which is a lot of fun. Um,
Yes.
Dr. Berry has Monday Night Lives, and he has like 4,000 people watching. If you have a question, that chat just runs fast. And then he asks where you're from, and then you can basically not read anything. We try
Oh
our
my gosh,
best
it's
to
so
answer
crazy.
questions that he doesn't catch. But if you want more of him, join the Dr. Berry community. Link is in the description. Ooh,
Thank
and
you.
also subscribe to this channel and to Coach Bekah's channel.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to 1,000, subscribers, guys. Just 1,000. I'm not asking for Dr. Berry's millions. Just 1,000. I'm in the
I'm trying to get
500s
to
now.
500. Hey,
I only got to 500 because I was at KetoCon last year, and I videoed Dr. Berry, because Nisha was dealing with kids, and because Bonnie was infant. And so I was up there doing my little video. I was like, here's the video. They're like, just upload it. So I uploaded it, and Kim Howerton helped me get it because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then Nisha called me, was like, do you mind if I share it? And I'm like, it's your video. It's not mine. I did it for you. So she shared it, and then people subscribed to me. And I was like, oh, thank you.
yeah, that happened with the video with Dr.
Nice.
Berry. I
Yeah.
did one in Palooza completely unprepared and like, oof. When I look at it, it's almost painful. But it had 11,000 views.
Yeah, that's my best. It's my best video is his with
Absolutely.
20,000 views. I mean, it's like,
Oh,
yes.
wow. I gotta do a new one.
Hey,
So Marsha
come to
says,
Keto Palooza and we'll do a live one together.
I know you want me to go to Keto Palooza.
I do. Because Marsha's going too. Marsha.
So Marsha says, if you are on blood pressure meds, you work with your doctor to decrease the med over time, which is also called deprescribing, not something doctors do a
Yes.
lot
They don't
as you
like to do
become
it.
metabolically healthy. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's something that really needs to be done. I was on 50 units of insulin, because I had chronic progressive type 2 diabetes. And because I had diabetes, I also was supposed to be on statins. Anyway, in that case, I didn't ask the doctor to deprescribe. I just lowered the insulin dose myself, which I'm not recommending to anyone. No, don't do it. I did it because my son is type 1 diabetic, and I felt very comfortable doing it. And during the 2 weeks that I reduced the dose from 50 to 0, I wore a CGM. So I had a good idea where I was at. I had
All the
alarms,
time.
I could
Yeah.
go low. Yeah. So if you want to do that only if you feel comfortable. Not suggesting that to anyone.
And that's with any medication that if you go onto a proper human diet, which is what we call the whole entire spectrum of low carb, all the way up to lion diet. If you're on a medication, please be monitored by your physician because your blood pressure, your insulin, your any other diabetic med, a lot of these you can start coming off of. Anxiety meds, you can start coming off those. So please work with your doctor.
Absolutely, especially medications like blood pressure medications
Mm-hmm.
or medications that are like anxiety meds that need to be withdrawn slowly over time. Any kinds of those. So Tor says, thank you. I will take the I'm on a healthy no sugar diet move. Yes.
Yep. I don't eat processed foods or sugars.
Yeah. I don't even feel drawn to it anymore. I feel drawn to a few things like chocolate, and every time I
Uh-huh.
think about it, I have to think about Coach Paola and telling me no
Yeah.
dark chocolate. You guys watch the video that I did with Paola on oxalates. It's really an
An
eye-opener.
oxalate. I
Yeah,
still have the occasional square of the good chocolate.
you do.
but not every day. Every
All
once in a
right.
while, I'll break off a square chocolate.
Yeah, that I can't do that. When I have chocolate in my fridge, I eat it.
Oh,
I gotta hide it.
no, I can't eat that much of it. I can't. I can only stomach so much dark chocolate, and then I'm like,
Yeah, dark chocolate does that kind of. So I have
mm.
in the other room, I have keto bricks, and I went on the Lion diet
Oh, I
anyway,
love those.
and somehow they're not calling me.
That's good though.
Yeah, so I
That's
think
good.
I'm over them, but I know the next time I eat one, it'll be bad. Um,
Do you melt them down?
she
Do you melt
says,
them down? Sorry, go ahead.
and when I used the red one salt, my legs swelled. He said Celtic had less sodium.
Is that how it's spelled? Now you've got me curious. Now I'm gonna Google what Celtic
Yeah,
salt
it's
is.
called Celtic salt. All right, Dennis put in a flavor wrong. So Dennis, you have the
Mhm.
number one. I'm gonna keep my thumb up like this and then count the numbers.
Okay. I don't even see that as a brand. I'll find it later.
Yep. Turbo says unflavored. That's number two. Rush Ling, I don't know. He's number three. Gene is number four. Dennis says question. Trying to bring it up here. What's your channel? It's in the description. But what is your channel?
Yeah.
Say it
And
anyway.
it's super easy. It is Rebecca Bavery, CPHC, Certified Primal Health Coach. That's it. Rebecca Bavery. Well, I'm the only Rebecca Bavery out there. I guarantee it.
But it's in the description too.
Yep.
So
Anybody ever
Vicky
wants to
says
know why I'm
caramel.
the only one?
Vicky's number five.
I
Louis
can't
is
find where
number
you're talking to
six.
people, like where you're seeing people.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm just trying to find where people were talking about it, and I can't find it.
Louis is number six.
Or-
Paula is number seven. Dennis, you already were there. You're still number one. Don't do doubles, please. Cindy is number eight. What is the Lion diet? So, ruminant meat. I just gotta remember that at number eight. Ruminant meat, salt, water. That's it. It's no chicken, no fish, no pork. It's ruminant meat. So that is beef, bison, goat, lamb, all those. They just have a better way of digesting their food and they are up regulating the nutrients. And as a fat, I use not lard. I use beef tallow. I make it myself. April is number 9. October is
Is
up
she
here
talking
somewhere.
about the mango element? Is she talking about the hot one?
I think so. I don't like the hot ones because when I have stuff too hot in my mouth, I drink to get it go away. But if you drink the hot ones, it's just you're adding to it. My son likes hot stuff and he doesn't like the hot drinks. So, yeah, 27 people watching, only 13 likes. You
Hit the
gotta
like
share too.
button.
Smash that share button.
Mhm. Keto bricks. What about keto bricks?
I didn't see that yet.
Oh, it's
So
it's
keto
under
bricks
Dennis's.
are 1,000 calories a bar, but tastes like
Mhm.
chocolate. It has the keto macronutrients. Dr.
Mhm.
Berry told me keto bricks, oh, I'm gonna turn my camera. Keto bricks are not food, Roxana. So I got into them a little too much, but they're actually very handy when you travel, and they're not that bad. Yeah, what is that? Is this macadamia?
No, the macadamia is really good. My favorite is the Bell one that's got the organ meat or the organ,
Yeah,
the
perfect.
organs in it. That's my favorite one. This one is the milk and cookies. I get these so that my kid, like my son, can eat them and my husband can eat them if he's out in the field. But I do melt them down and put them into little molds, so they're little bite-sized pieces, to keep those handy. Because I can't eat a
Yes.
whole one of those. That's just too much.
Well, I can. That's the problem. But you can melt them down. You can put them into like little chocolate
Mhm,
molds. They're great. They taste good.
mhm.
That's my
Yeah.
problem. Also, they have some done with pea protein and some with bovine protein.
Yes, you just have to be careful if you are an anti-plant protein person, just be careful which ones you order online. Make sure you
Yeah,
click on them because it'll tell you whether it's plant-based or animal-based.
the pea protein can cause leaky gut, so I would stay away from that.
Yeah.
So, says I stopped my omeprazole already, but I will take on with the lisinopril. Like I can't pronounce those until I get my physical and talk with the doctor about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely with the
if I did talk
lisinopril,
to the
because
doctor.
lisinopril also comes in fives. So, and the tins can be cut in half, but they're really teeny tiny. It's like the tiniest pills ever, the lisinopril. But you can get them in fives, and that'll probably what you'll have to do is go down to five and then wean off.
Rebecca is number 10. She didn't pick the flavor because she never had one.
How do you pick a flavor? Ooh, well, I can tell you my favorite. My favorite is the grapefruit.
My favorite is the water lemon.
The watermelon, my son likes that one.
And for my coffee, the chocolate salt.
Oh, chocolate caramel. Mm.
Yeah, chocolate caramel, chocolate raspberry.
I haven't tried the chocolate raspberry yet. I have it, but I haven't tried it yet. Is it good?
Oh, yeah, it is good. It is good. Really good.
I'll have
But
to
now
try it.
I fear I can't take it anymore because of like the oxalates.
Lion diet. Well, and the
Yeah,
lion diet
yeah,
right now
with the
too.
Lion diet, I can't take it anyway. I'm not drinking coffee at the moment, which
Oh,
oddly
bless
wasn't a
you.
risky to get rid of. Didn't
Bless
bother
you,
me.
bless you.
So, Cranky Carnivore, I don't know where you see 7 viewers
Oh, I think
because
probably
I
on my
see
channel.
53. Yeah,
My channel.
maybe. Rebecca says, oops, wrong one. There.
You
So you
can.
put LMNT in your coffee. Yes.
You can. The
Actually, what I
chocolate
do,
ones usually.
yeah, I do put an egg, the element,
Oh yeah.
and then I pour the coffee in hot and put it on in a high blender, like all together and blends it. Maybe also like a little bit of butter, and that makes the best tasting coffee. It
And it's a
tastes
whole
better than the
egg,
skim.
right?
The whole egg, yeah. I
Oh,
tried
I
once
just
with
don't know
2
if I'd
egg
do it.
yolks, but it just doesn't taste as good. And the old yeah, the egg is raw, but the hot coffee kind of cooks it.
I just don't know if I can do it. One day I'll get brave and try it.
Sorry, phone's going off.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh, this is voice isolation.
Yeah,
That's why when I clap like this, oh, did you hear it?
I did.
Usually it doesn't. Oh, okay, never mind.
I don't know if you can hear mine.
Yeah, usually when it go like this, like I said, snapping my finger.
It's
So it
definitely
doesn't end.
less.
Yeah. Okay, so Barbara says, Rebecca, I'm not sure if I put a number down for you. Oh yeah, I did. You were number 10. Torbo says,
Did you get one for
let's see
Barbara?
how it goes. I don't know what it is.
Did you get one for Barbara?
Yeah, that was the one I actually saw. So Barbara's going to be 11.
Okay.
April says, I don't know. She didn't know the flavor was hot.
The chocolates are hot, should be drank hot.
Well, yes, but that's a different kind of hot. That's like a warm beverage. You can also
The
add ice
mango
to it.
is hot. It's like spicy.
Yeah. So some of the mangoes I think is spicy, but you can also put ice cubes with a chocolate salt and then drink it as iced coffee, which is even better.
Ooh,
But
yeah,
then
it's good.
don't use butter because it'll solidify the top. The eggs won't.
Ooh, cranky carnivore. That sounds good.
If I ever get to work, I want to try chili lime. Chili lime, it's so hot. Anyways, if you go down to the description and order LMNT for the first time, you will actually get a variety pack.
April says she
April
thinks she
says,
means the orange ones. Probably.
so, Lloyd or Lude, how do I get a number? Where were we? We were 11, right?
I don't know. You're writing them down, aren't you?
No, I'm just giving everyone their number. But I check later in the chat and I see who has what number. So, Lloyd, I'm going to give you the number 12, just in case 11 is taken. Terry is number 13.
13.
And perfect. So I start the wheel in a moment. We have 13.
You want me to go back
Funny
through and
story
look?
about the LMNT. I use watermelon and put it in my soda stream water. And I had this water bottle. I poured this LMNT watermelon in, and it came out like a little bit like that Mentos experiment with Coke. And to counteract that, when you pour it in, you have to really, really quickly screw on the lid. Like it's a ninja move. So what I do now is I try the move 3 times, then don't move my hand, kind of like this 1, 2, 3, don't move my hand, pour it in, put it on. One time I didn't do it fast enough, so I always do it in the sink. Terry. You're getting both comments from both streams, so that's good. Perfect. All right, we have 13. I'm going to share.
I think I counted 10.
You can move on.
Sorry, my daughter's asking me something.
All right.
I might just be missing somebody.
So
I just want to make sure I don't want to miss somebody.
No.
Rush with his carne asada. He said he wanted carne asada flavor. And lingonberry. Who did it start with?
Yeah.
Did it start with Dennis? It started with Dennis, right?
I think we are at 13.
Maybe.
Do you think we should put an extra number just to be sure? Number wheel picker.
I'm trying to find a piece of paper. You would think that I would have a piece of paper in a desk.
So can you see this?
Yes.
Should we do 13 or 14?
Okay, so let me do this. Dennis is 1. Did Turbo get one? He got
We
one.
just do 14. And then if it's too many numbers, like if it hits the 14, then the last one gets it.
Okay.
So I'm now mixing up the numbers like that. And then I'm gonna hit spin. Okay, there we go. Exciting. Ooh, which is
Are
it?
you kidding me?
14.
Oh, 14. So whoever the last person was.
And now I have to see if I can get the share stop screen share. There we are. Like that.
Anybody got any more
Awesome.
questions? Any more questions since we got? Let's go to number 6.
Is it Lewis?
Who was 14?
Lewis comes to my
Mm-hmm.
Zoom lives in the Dr. Berry community a lot. So he totally deserved it. That means I get your address. Yeah, send me your address in the community, and then so what I will ship the box directly to you. It won't come to me to Canada, but it goes directly to you.
Rush, you wanted
And you didn't get a number?
lingonberry.
I think you did.
Terry
Oh,
says
that
you gave
story's
her
so
13,
true.
so it might be Terry. Yeah. Is it Terry? Or somebody said, I think Blind Ambitions. Oh, no, Blind Ambitions is 14.
Wait. Oh, it was 14.
Yep. Blind Ambitions.
Lewis was number 6, so he didn't get it. See how my
Yeah.
brain kind of that's carb deprivation. I haven't eaten any
Well,
carbs in 5 weeks.
now, Rush, you know what? You talk to Element and you tell them that you want a lingonberry flavored and you see what happens. Or talk to, who might be a little more about that one would be Salty. Salty's got crazy ones.
Yes, actually, Blind Ambition is number 14. So there you go. And you are in the Dr. Berry community too, so you can message me and then I'll have that sent to you. You don't have to take raspberry. You can try another flavor if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
For
Any
anyone who's on a
flavor.
lying diet, they would have to choose the raw anyway.
Yeah. I really wish the Element would make the black cherry lime.
Yes, they did send me the cans, the soda
It's so
cans.
good. Oh, it's so good.
But it's
Oh,
also very, very concentrated. So I guess anything concentrated in this little space. Yeah.
mix it. Start cutting it because it is.
No,
Oh, I like it. No, I don't mind cutting it half and half. It's still bubbly, but you get the black cherry. The black cherry. I love cherry flavored stuff.
and you can cut it with bubbly water. I mean, it's
Yeah,
basically what I do with
bubbly.
the
I do
watermelon.
with the Topo Chico.
Or you use Ninja has a new one. It's a Thirsty, I think. It dispenses carbonated
So
water.
is that Ninja? That's the Ninja, right?
Yeah, that's a Ninja, but I think it's stupid
Yeah.
because you have to have cold water in the reservoir, then you put it on the machine. The water that's still in the machine warms up, so the first drink that
That
you
doesn't make
pour or the
sense.
first 2 drinks that you pour are really cold. I'm just using my soda stream and adding ice cubes, and that's it. Not today, though,
My dogs
because
are barking.
the ice maker broke down.
Oh
My
my
husband fixed it.
gosh.
Yeah, he fixed it.
Well, at least he fixed it. I'm telling you, we're going crazy around here because I bought a Ninja foodie, and it was working, just sort of working fine. I noticed one side of it didn't blow a lot of hot air. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Come to find out, it was defective and started melting.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I called Ninja and I was like, "So, hey, can we see about what's going on with my thing?" And they had me do like a video. They sent me a link to my phone and they did a video and they were like, immediately they saw that. They were like, "Oh, okay, I need you to get a pair of scissors and I need you to cut the cord." And I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Yes, because you're going to throw it in the trash and we're sending you a new unit." And I was like, "Well, thank
That's
you,
awesome.
but now I have nothing to use." So I've been doing everything manually, and I forgot how much I hated baking chicken thighs in the oven.
The one thing I love about the Ninja is doing bone broth because it's so damn quick. In
Oh,
just
see, I
4
use
hours,
my Instant
it's
Pot
done.
and yeah, I do you know what I did with my bone
Well, the
broth?
Ninja Foodi is an Instapot, isn't it?
No, no, it's
Oh,
a
it's
air fryer. It's a double basket air fryer.
oh, okay. My Ninja Foodi is a 9-in-1 or so pressure cooker, air fryer,
Okay.
slow cooker, yogurt maker, blah, blah, blah.
So when I did my bone broth, I bought, do you know the little ice cream cups that you can buy that are like so many, like 4 or 6 ounces? Have you ever seen those? They're like the paper ice cream cups. So like you can get them in pints or single servings. So I divided up my bone broth into those and put a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt in each one and put them into the freezer and froze them. So I have individual bone broths that I can just take and heat up. Super happy
Yeah.
about that.
So Sarita says, "Butter creates gastric issues for me. What other ways can I incorporate fat into my routine other than consumption of fatty meats? Have you thought about making beef tallow?" Because I never had to think about it. I tried it once intuitively, like not really knowing what I was doing. It was a complete mess. Then I watched a
It is a
YouTube
mess.
video on how to do it, and then I learned how to do it, and then wrote a blog about how to
Post
do it.
about it.
It is super easy. You
I have to
use
go
or
read
you
that
buy
because I
these
have a whole bunch of fat to do.
yeah, you buy these, beef tallow pellets, and you put them in the oven for, like, 2 hours, and then you strain them through a cheesecloth, and, every time I say strain, I have to think about what Paola said at the live at the YouTube Oxalate video. Anyways, and you get clear beef tallow. It's stable at room temperature, I think for a year, longer in the fridge. It tastes better than butter, and you can even use that liquid and that just put it on your face, on your hands. It's perfect if you can get over the smell. Hmm, you could maybe use essential oils. So, yeah, what to use? I would use beef tallow, maybe
Could use
ghee.
beef tallow. I mean, you could also cook your food in bacon fat.
Bacon fat is excellent
Mm,
if you can get enough.
yeah. Are you eating your butter cold or are you eating it warm? I wonder. I eat If I eat too much warm butter, like melted butter, it kind of makes me run to the bathroom pretty quick. But um, I've been eating it cold, and I mean like cold, hard butter, and just taking bites of cold butter with my food, and I'm not having problems like diarrhea wise with it.
Brown butter?
Could do the brown butter too. Then it tastes like caramel.
It does. It tastes good.
It
Don't
does.
put cinnamon in it and a sweetener, and you will never be able to stop eating that.
Fair.
Or chocolate salt. I tried that.
I
Nope,
did. I didn't
don't.
like it with the. I didn't like it with the salt in it with the elements. in it. I just didn't like it. Bacon
Was it too
grease isn't
salty?
on the lion diet. Huh? Was it what? Too
Was it too
salty?
salty? Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't have it on the line diet anyway.
What, bacon grease? Oh, yeah. Lewis has a really good comment about the silicone cupcake trays, freezing the bone broth in the cupcake trays. Yeah, I'm I literally have my office right beside my kitchen.
I bought silicone molds on Amazon, and they're a little bigger. They're about cup-sized, and I can fill them up and then put a lid over them, put them in the freezer first, then in the fridge. I mean, in the fridge first, then in the freezer. What are they made of?
Little They're paper cups. Just a paper cup, like, for ice cream, like, to make your own ice
Oh, okay.
cream. So and then that's my frozen bone broth, and it had a whole lot of, like, it's very jelly, like, when it's cold, like, cool, but not frozen. It's just like a big blob of
Yeah,
jiggly
that's how
jelly.
it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so I just let it cool a little bit, then put it into here, and then freeze them, and then I have individual bone broth.
Yeah, or you use silicone molds,
Or you can use
and
the
then you
silicone,
can.
yeah.
It's kind of like ice trays, just bigger,
Mhm. That's a really
and
good
they're easy
idea.
to remove.
I think I might try that later because this takes up a lot of my little tiny freezer space for we have a not so great refrigerator, so it's got really narrow freezer.
And Louis says he's using
The
silicone
silicone.
cupcakes.
Mhm.
So Phyllis has
The
a
cupcake
question.
trays.
Bacon Greek isn't on the line diet. No, it
Mm.
isn't. But for most people, they don't do the line diet, so it's perfect. Like
Yep.
if you do B, and E, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs.
Mhm.
Barbara says, where do you
The
get them? The
the
silicone molds I
paper
get on Amazon.
my paper ice cream cups, I get them on Amazon.
Yeah.
You buy them in bulk, and it's just, like, big things. But I have an ice cream machine, like a legit condensered ice cream machine that I make my own ice cream in, so
Mm, don't tell me.
well, I got kids.
5 more months.
5 more months.
But I will actually break protocol when I go to San Diego and to Tennessee. So
And when you come to Kentucky.
Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville.
I
Louisville.
have to talk. I have to
You haven't
talk to my husband.
decided?
Yeah, I know. I know. I should.
I'm
Okay.
excited. I'm
So here's
bringing my
one.
husband.
We want to do one last question.
Okay.
What's in the homemade ice cream?
Oh, mine? It depends on what recipe. So I typically my first recipe I ever started with, it was heavy cream and then like a plant-based milk. So now if we do it, we use coconut. Actually, I use half and half now instead of doing like half cream, half weird milk, from a plant. I use just half and half. Um, and allulose, vanilla, and you can leave it at a dash of salt, and you can leave it at that. Or I've done where I blend in a couple scoops of Equip protein into half of it and put that in, and it makes it super creamy. But I've also made custard, and custard is the one that's harder because you have to cook it on the stove, bring it up to um, between 120 and 140, and then you put a bunch of egg yolks in it, and you have to make sure that you mix it all in at the right time and cook it for a certain amount of time, blah, 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 blah. So, but usually I do it the fast way and just throw in some half and half and some vanilla and some allulose, maybe a dash of stevia, and you got ice cream.
Allulose is actually now being touted as a blood sugar stabilizer, so I think there is some science behind it. All right, one
Yep.
more question. Last one. Changing subject a little, which version of PhD is best for weight loss?
Mm. What do you think, Roxana?
I think the one that you're going to stick to. So if you do a version like carnivore, and then within 2 weeks you think, "Oh, there's no variety and I can never stick to this, and I need my sides," then that's not gonna help you. But if you do a keto version where you have lots of vegetables and all kinds of meats, anything you want to eat other than carbs, I mean, high carbs, yogurt with strawberries or better blueberries now with oxalates. You can there's so much you can make. You can have ice cream, you can have make homemade keto treats.
Mhm.
It's healthy food. Try whole, then that might be the best option. If you
Yeah.
suffer with autoimmune issues, then the Lion diet might be the best one. Because if you have the choice between being in pain and not in pain, and then not eating everything that you want, maybe this nothing tastes as healthy. No, nothing,
Nothing
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 tastes as
tastes as
good as
good.
healthy feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, some people say I can't go without such and such. Then try to incorporate that into the proper human diet. The proper human
Well,
diet is a spectrum.
yeah. I think that, um, if you're coming from a standard American diet, I think just starting at the lowest level of keto, just starting at the lowest level with keto, with whole foods, fruits, veg, maybe nuts on occasion, tiny bit of dairy on occasion, and lots of meat. You start there, and then you're like, okay, I feel this much better, but I think that I could get a little bit better. Then you go to ketovore and you start cutting out the treats. You start cutting out the nuts and the dairy and see where that lands you and see how you feel. I don't think that everybody needs to be just like, oh, well, I have MS. I'm eating pizza and hot pockets every weekend. Let me go straight to Lion diet. I don't think that that's sustainable, and people are going to get super frustrated super fast. But if you ease into it, maybe go ketovore first, and then to carnivore, and then do a complete elimination, then it might be a little more palatable and feel more sustainable. And
And the
that's, I
body
mean,
also
that's my
needs to
personal,
adjust.
yeah, that's my personal feeling on it. I was one of those people that went straight from sad to eating to like cutting out all the junk and then didn't look back. Um, and so that was hard, but I was able to do it and sustain it, and then just kept eliminating stuff throughout my journey. I should
All
say
right,
I'm not
April put it.
carnivore, people. I'm ketovore.
Most of the time I am, yeah. April put up this
Oh,
recipe
how? Yep.
if you want to take a screenshot of that or
I would say how
yeah,
many
watch it
egg
later.
yolks to how much cream? That's my only question.
So, all right. So, subscribe to Coach Becker's channel, subscribe to mine, share this video, share also the other videos that are on our channels
Mhm.
because the things need to get out. Information about oxalates is
Yep.
invaluable.
Yep. And we just need to keep talking and a little bit. There is going to be over on Homestead How, if you know who Carrie Mann is, he is going to be doing a diabetes live stream on July the 20th from 8 p.m. Central, or sorry, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 7 p.m. Central. Um, and Dr. Barry's going to be on there, Dr. Hampton. Um, Dr. Eric Westman is going to be on there, and another doctor that I am not familiar with, a Dr. Nelson. And they're going to be doing a diabetes live stream and talking about the ADS and why we need to follow their guidelines over the ADA's guidelines. So that's a shout
Perfect.
out to them, and yeah. I'll
Send me
be
the link and I
moderating.
put
I'll
it
be
in the
in the
description.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. Alrighty. So we are gonna do this again, right, Becca?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Anytime. Well,
Awesome.
unless I have something else. I just got invited. I'm super excited to be on the Lionesses channel. If you saw, I don't know if you know who they are, but it's a group of women that are on carnivore. So they asked me to come on their channel for Tuesday. So I'll be over there.
Okay, so not Tuesday, then Wednesday. I'm kidding. It'll be announced. So if you subscribe to our channels, then you'll get the notifications.
Yep. Hit the notification bell.
Awesome. Yes, hit the notifications, subscribe, share everywhere. We need people to get better.
Yep.
Alrighty. Then we'll see you
We'll
next
see you
week,
in the network.
certainly, and we'll see you in the Dr. Berry community. We'll see you in
Mhm.
our respective Facebook groups. We'll see you on Twitter, Fighting the Fight, and we'll see you.
Yep.
Alrighty, bye-bye.